Hello everyone, I'm ImKibitz and welcome back to Satisfactory, where over the last little while we were converting a turbo fuel power plant into a rocket fuel power plant. But not because we needed more power. Oh, we got enough power. More than enough power. No, we actually wanted the thousands of extra resources we got by upgrading the plant. Because we are in late stage Satisfactory and oh boy, we need lots and lots of stuff to actually complete the video game. And this is a little diorama of how we're gonna do it, where each machine represents a whole extra production line. Also, at the end of the day, we can make a ton of the final space elevator parts, the AI expansion servers, sculptors, and ballistic warp drives. And today we're gonna be working on part of the system by automating time crystals. As many time crystals as we can. Because along with the rocket fuel power plant upgrades and our work after the last 1,200 hours, we've accumulated about 10,000 coal per minute at our main base, which I want to crush down so we can easily ship it to another facility. And by the way, if you want more context for what the heck is happening in this crazy Satisfactory world, I recently uploaded a world tour / series recap, and I'll add the link to that in the description. But all right, the plan today is, to deal with this coal. And since we just have so much of it all over the place, we're going to be making it into time crystals, which is pretty simple. We just need a couple particle accelerators. We're gonna turn that coal and some turbo fuel into diamonds, and then convert the diamonds into time crystals. But we are gonna be a little limited by the packaged turbo fuel, so instead we'll end up with around 450 time crystals? I don't know. We have 600 packaged turbo fuel divided by 40, 15 particle accelerators, which will end up being 75 converters. Okay, late game Satisfactory, am I right? Okay, well then to get started, let's finish up some wrangling. We gotta bring the stuff on that belt down there all the way up here. And you might think with a base this large, there's plenty of room for some belts. At least that's what you'd think, right? Oh my gosh. Like seriously, it is starting to take forever to get things from point A to point B, but luckily, this is one of the final projects at this base. So it's kind of just beltwork survival mode until hopefully it's done. Then how eventually will future Kibs get stuff out? Well, that'll be his problem. Good luck, buddy. Because I got my own stuff to deal with now. Like how we're going to deal with all of the particle accelerators. Luckily, it's not a lot, but at this point, we're at like the top of our main base, and it is time to finish it up. Like I'm pretty sure for the last like 500 hours, this has just been it. And there's still a lot of like random temporary nonsense that I need to have moved, or at least made permanent. And we'll start by getting rid of some of the nonsense and then designing the right half of our main base. And finally adding in a proper roof. And shout out to this temporary lifesaver where we have some extra aluminum and I was using it to make steel beams. And man, did that save the day when we're setting up the Starforge with all the screens here. But now, we bin it, goodbye old friend, into the awesome sink, thank you. All right, while that all gets dealt with, let's look into building the main base here. And the good thing is, we have a lot of ideas in place, where it's kind of like blocks being stacked and stacked and stacked on top of each other with a little bit of depth. So although it'll take a little bit of time, it shouldn't be too bad. And we just need something that blends in with everything else we got going on here. Something like this, where the designs are pretty simple, but they blend in with what we already got going on. Yeah, I didn't want to go too crazy with how things look here, because as we build these final machines, I want to incorporate them into like the build's design. Or maybe even we could have some train tracks around, I'm not sure. But this just gives us a lot of options, along with some constraints as to where to build things or where we can build things. But anyway, we're gonna do the same with the back of the base now and then the side here. And with this all finally in place, we can actually work off of it. And more importantly, it's done. Well, besides like the hours of detailing we still have to do, but there is a roof to the base. This is the shape. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? Ooh, and check out that box here. While I was filling in all the walls, I realized we have kind of like a main central staircase built into the foundation right there. So I was like, ooh, maybe that could lead to this observatory room, because from this place, we can watch like the drone ports doing their thing, a little bit of the red forest. We can see the Starforge way over there, our copper processing pit here, and then of course, the space elevator. And later on, we can even make this a trophy room. Wouldn't that be cool? We'll figure that out later. Right now, we finally have something to work off of. so we can finish off building some walls over here, because we want that other place to be a separate room, right? So big slab blueprints, please and thank you. Out until about here, where we have a U-jelly pad way down this way. And that goes over to our portal room, which is through that door. And then through the door over here, we go to our main hub. Cool, eh? So we will leave the floor empty for now and probably have like a giant doorway into this kind of like office room. Oh, and then we have the path at this point. That can scoot up here. And you know what? If we have to leave this open, then we could have the path run right beside it. But at this point, you get rid of that. So there's no railing, and hey, we can just jump into the pit. And since we already have a walkway, why not just have this walkway go straight across? And oh, who put this elevator here? It was me. I put the elevator there. I did it. Now we have a walkway next to the elevator. It's all part of the plan. But you see how things are going. Like we have the exterior walls, so the interior kind of starts to put itself together. And once we have a few more walkways and walls, we can start making a plan for all of the particle accelerators. And more importantly, the 75 converters. Oh my gosh, so many converters. Another thing around here too, is while I'm building all this stuff, it takes a lot of time, right? So I have time to think about like, hey, how am I going to design the rooms? Or like, what kind of doors are we gonna have in place? Or where particle accelerators will go? And I figured it all out now. So one of the steps was I added in another floor, since this one was way too tall. Now we have 2 floors to work with, yippee. And particle accelerator wise, we have these big black walls that are kind of like an exterior aesthetic. However, why not also be an interior aesthetic? The particle accelerators like shine bright blue when they're finally working, like at 100%. So if we had those right in front, the contrast would be pretty cool. We'll have one there. When I finish up the floor over here, we can have another one like over there. And technically, we need 15 of them, right? But if we fully overclock them, we only need 6. And if we have the 1, 2 there, well, the other 4, I was thinking could be part of the building's design on the roof of our control kind of viewing deck place here. Name pending. But yeah, no, anyway, we just have these like inset into the roof itself. Maybe just like that, actually. And we can absolutely fit 4 up here, I am like certain. We'll probably paint them black though, just so they kind of fit in a little bit more with the rest of the base. And then from afar, it's a little much. Definitely needs some more like design prep and whatnot, but I like the idea. Oh yeah, bud, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Much better, much better. And that got me thinking. We have a bunch of awesome things that we have to set up. These guys, because what they do is they keep the aluminum flowing. And we need the aluminum to flow, or else the systems will back up and they'll clog and I'll have a panic. Yeah, aluminum and the silly byproducts, am I right? But technically, I made this a blueprint and the pipework is well done, so it shouldn't ever back up, but I'm paranoid. So long as there's overflow, we keep the scrap flowing. Because if the aluminum stops, then we don't make pressure conversion cubes. We don't make pressure conversion cubes, we don't make plutonium. We can't make plutonium, we can't get rid of uranium waste. If we can't get rid of that, doom. And that's why we have to have like 12 awesome sinks back here. Well, for now, instead, we're actually gonna move them up onto this brick. So did the first idea, everything's moved and grooving upstairs into those other sinks, and then some are still just going through the wall into another set that's over here. It's kind of just being readjusted so it fits a little bit more nice. But ImKibitz, there's like a quadrillion awesome sinks here. What are the ones in the back then for? Those are for rhubarb. Similar kind of system where we have a bunch of rhubarb being made. And I don't want the system to stop, not now, not ever. So instead, when the material isn't being used, we sink it. And what's even better are the awesome sinks on the ceiling look great. And then because we're on the roof, it's like, hey, why not add in a walking path as well? Inset that into the foundations here, add in a little door-roonski, and now we have a way in and out of the base from the roof. Plus it's right by the elevator, so we can just scoot on down to lower floors whenever we need to. There's just one slight problem when putting all this together. Earlier on, we mucked around with particle accelerators to make all of the diamonds. And when fully overclocked, we realized we'd only need 6 of these machines. Well, I was doing a live stream while building most of this stuff, and the chat was like, Kibitz, you can't fully overclock these because they need 1,500 coal per minute each. So I was like, fine, 200%, and then the numbers can work out. But more than that worked out. It was kind of a happy accident because now we have all of the awesome sinks up there. A little bit of movement with the belts, which is cool. Particle accelerators against the black walls. Very nice. Then the few through in that room on the ceiling. And now, one directly in the middle of the path. I just thought it looked cool, okay? I like it when the machines interact with the path like this. I think it's funky. And now, we just have to move all the rest of the belts of coal into the machines. One full Mark 6 belt per particle accelerator. And good news is, most things down here are organized. I can only assume that past Kibs meant for the Mark 6 belts to be 1,200 coal per minute, and the other belts to be 600 coal per minute. Where's all this coal coming from, Kibitz? I'm glad you asked. A lot of it is being belted over from the pink forest, red forest area, kind of like where all the bauxite and stuff is from. But then also, we've been working on this world for 1,500 hours. Well, we're running up to it anyway. And so I have trains bringing in materials from all over the place. Because I was like, oh, hey, I need bauxite. Let's just get every other resource in the biome. And then I did. And now I, future Kibs, can bask in the spoils of past Kibs' work. Look at all this quartz, the SAM, extra Caterium for funsies, wow. So many activities we can do, especially with that excess sulfur. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad we have it. Anyway, belt work time. This will go this way. And you know what? Screw it. No, we boop things. That's what we like to do around here. Because I know that y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. You're smart, satisfactory people. Do you get what's happening here, right? Please tell me you do, because I don't. We're bringing all the coal upstairs, okay? And then we belt it from A to all the machines all over the place. And it's chillin', I think. The diamond should end up here. All of the turbo fuel is ending up here. The coal's already connected, so if we just connect belts 1 and 2, that gets the system started. And all I have to do is figure out where the problems are. Kibitz, what is happening here? Bugs, okay? Bugs. Alongside all of the normal problems that Mr. Past Kibs did. White diamonds! I made those. Our first diamonds. They look cool. Kind of looks like ice. That's why they say they got ice on your neck. Oh, that's like the rapping terms. I am so hip. Anyway, for now, all of that ends up in the awesome sink. Where are we at, points-wise? Typically around 3 million points per minute. It spikes whenever we recycle, I think it's nuclear pasta shipments, I'm not sure. Ooh, and almost at 4,000 coupons. That's 4 golden nuts. If only somebody had a trophy room to put all of the statues, am I right? Soon. Don't you worry. This room has a lot more to do in it. And right now we're still just checking on machines. It's only 900 diamonds per minute. So at the end of the day, they'll all fit on a Mark 6 belt and 600 package turbo fuel. So all those are Mark 5 belts. It looks like everything is in order. Things are moving, things are grooving. The numbers though, how are our numbers? Survey says, we don't know. There is no survey. Feed me my data. What are we looking like? I'm hoping this is gonna be around like 800 right now. Systems like these usually need a minute to warm up. And okay, weird things going on. I built this and rebuilt it, and I'm getting around 840, and it's been like, I don't know, 30 minutes. So something is wrong. Somehow it's the coal, because it's not the packaged turbo fuel. The direct coal belts are a problem. Why? 2 pretty obvious things. Obvious thing number 1 is I mislabeled a belt. Imagine past Kibs actually thinking that this would be 600 coal per minute. It's 300 coal per minute. Ugh, past Kibs, you goofy lad. Should have labeled that, should have done it. The bigger problem, which I thought might happen, is we have an issue with trains. The train's throughput struggles quite a bit when you're dealing with like 1,200 items per minute. Like for example, a train like this, it's bringing in 558 coal per minute, but I'm gonna guess this needs to be 600 coal per minute. Is that what sign says? Yeah. So it might be train issues here and there. I don't know. Stuff to be examined and refined. In the meantime, while we are waiting for that test to conclude and see if our numbers end up looking, ooh, better, much better, we can start on the converters. We got 900 diamonds and we got 75 converters to build. What do? Well, we could set them all up right here. No problem, right? Or I was thinking we could overclock the converters. So if we have 75 fully overclocked, it's only 30. Not too bad. So instead, we're gonna set up the 30 converters right down here. So the belt is already going to here, full of diamonds. We'll set up the converters in some kind of fashion, and then we'll have the time crystals do something. Thank goodness we have the diorama world, right? Okay, we are working on time crystals, and those go into, oh, dark matter crystals. Ooh, oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Maybe we'll get to that later. Oh my gosh, or maybe not. I set up the fully overclocked converters off in this corner here, and my gosh, this is taking some time, actually. It's taking some time to work this all out. But things are working out. Looks pretty good, where we have all of the outputs ending out through the center there, and the inputs, you know what? Oh, wait a second. It's one belt of diamonds, and it'll be one belt of time crystals. Oh, let's get rid of this. We'll have some converters centered, then we'll have the input on the left and the output on the right, and that'll look really, really cool. Like inputs and outputs for like the whole system. You'll see what I mean. Like this, where we have the 30 converters now, and then the input belt has a little like calibrator. It says 900 diamonds per minute, and on the other side, it's like how many time crystals per minute. It's perfect. 450, by the way. 450 time crystals, and we'll still need more later on. It's a time crystal. Okay. I mean, what? This belt is empty. That belt should not be empty. Trains are having problems. I've been building for too long, and I'm starting to go mad. Crazy mad, not angry mad. I'll be angry mad though if this system doesn't work. Okay, A to B, diamonds, get to your converters. It's time to crystallize. Does time crystallize? Oh my gosh, do we already have a belt issue right here? This bug, my kingdom to fix this bug. All right, anyway, that's gonna happen probably like a dozen times. I'm sure the rest of the belt work is fine, right? Oh, the rest of the belt work, by the way, don't worry about it. Everything's fine, and we have all the time in the world now. Calibrations are set, pretty much working besides that one train I have to investigate. And time crystal production, pretty good for the most part. A lot of systems are kind of backing up. It's kind of weird. I don't know how to fix this right now, and I don't think I will. Why? Because this has been like 20 hours. We're at 4,020 coupons. Each coupon is like 200 million points. Yeah, but those diamonds, worth a lot. But the most important thing is the system is built, ready to go. We are making diamonds out the wazoo, and the main base has the start of a roof, which we can develop further with more machines. And so I'm gonna call it here for now. So if you enjoyed, remember to leave a like and subscribe for more. And until the next one, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and bye-bye.